Welcome to Optimal Timelines. I am your guide, Sean Collins, and helping you to connect to your most optimal future timeline. So this is going to be your monthly Tarotscope readings for July 2022 for your North Node by sign and house. So not your sun, moon, or ascendant sign, but your North Node by sign and house. So you're going to want to watch two videos, one for your North Node by sign and one for your North Node by house. Now, as most of you know, the reason I use the North Node as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant is that it's recognized in astrology that the North Node is the path that you were born to learn, the path that you were born to take, and so it's your North Star. And so it's much more relevant to your everyday life. So let's get started on the readings. This is going to be your monthly Tarotscope reading for July 2022 for everybody with their North Node in Capricorn and or the 10th house. And while I'm shuffling and connecting to the energies, I want to invite you to take some deep breaths, relax, open up your energy system, and to receiving any information that's going to be most relevant to your life, and just kind of relax into the reading. So I'm going to connect to the energies and we can begin. I call upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, North Node in Capricorn and or the 10th house. Okay, so the spread on this side of the table represents the first half of the month from the 1st to the 15th. And this side over here represents the 16th of the month to the end. The card in the middle here, this is your overall kind of theme that's playing out through the whole month. And it's the World card. Now, interesting thing. So the first half of the month, I'm seeing a definite energy of dealing with parental issues, whether it's past or present or both, okay? But dealing with parental issues, especially like father issues, okay? We've got the 10 of Pentacles reversed, okay? Generational family wealth and issues, okay, reversed. We've got the King of Cups over here, and then we've got the King of Wands over here. Now, when the Fool card's here, okay, positive card, and the Knight of Cups. Here's what's going on the first half of the month. A lot of you are dealing with either consciously or unconsciously, or subconsciously, I should say. You're dealing with things that have happened in the past regarding authority figures and or parental figures, okay? And when I say authority figures, because parental figures are, it could be like, teachers, bosses, or things like that, okay? But particularly, I'm getting a very strong parental thing. Now, what it is you're dealing with is you're trying to understand why it is, why you might have been raised in a certain way, or why the authority figures in your life were a certain way. What I want to say is that this is super important to understand what's going on, because you literally have the world that you can achieve. So remember, with your North Node in Capricorn, or the 10th house, this is about going out into the world and succeeding and becoming the expert or master at something, mastering something, and whether that be, a business, career, inventing something, but even that could be, in a family situation, you are becoming the authority figure. Because remember, Capricorn and Cancer, which is your South Node, or the fourth house, that is the security axis. It's also the parental child axis and polarity. Okay, Capricorn being the authority figure and the parent. So what you're doing, although many of you have come, when you have this North Node, you've come from maybe some not great situations the way you were raised, okay? And that is because, what you're learning is you are learning to be the parent that you never had. And as I've said with this North Node before, and this is playing out big time, this is one of the things you have to learn, like, to get over that, is that in the world, if you're whether you're a parent or not, okay, I'm going to change that. You are becoming the authority figure that you needed when you were younger, or that you need right now in your life. You're becoming that authority figure, whether that be a parent, a boss, or whatever. So that what we're seeing that, there are benevolent and cool authority figures, like someone that's running the company that's just strong and powerful, but super understanding and is connected to their people, or a person that is running a family or helping raise a family that is super connected emotionally and mentally, and working with the family. So authority figure, when you hear that, it's like, it, for all of us, I get it, you have this like negative connotation, but you're learning to be the positive aspect of that, even though you might not have gotten it there, okay? And the reason that you didn't get it, for a lot of you, you didn't get that positive authority figure in your life, is because you were supposed to become that. So you're going out of the Cancer fourth house, kind of being the person that's taken care of, to the person that is the caregiver or the authority figure, okay? Now, I feel like, there's a lot of you are going to have like really big breakthroughs, because I feel like a lot of you have been working through this. We just recently went through, not too long ago, a couple years ago, the North Node was in Cancer and the South Node was in Capricorn. And so my North Node is in Cancer, okay, so I have a Capricorn South Node. So this polarity I know very well. And a lot of us have been dealing with these types of issues, and a lot of us have been working hard toward solving it, okay? And so what I'm seeing is, like, this is kind of like, to sum this up, is when you're reframing how it is, and if you're dealing with these issues that could be like plaguing you and hounding you, okay? Just remember, you are learning to be, in this lifetime, what was not given to you. When you do that, you might say, well, why should I do it? Like, why should I be the great boss and great leader, or the great authority figure, or great parent? Like, I didn't get it, so what's in it for me? Okay, well, I can tell you, there's what's in it for you is the world. Okay, because when you do that, and then you have the Fool here, this is you. I feel a lot of you are on the brink of, you know, kind of going in a brand new direction. Like this is like a game changer once and for all. Forget what happened in the past, even if it's happening now. Remember, excuse me, when you embody that authority figure, whatever negative authority figure you had, whether it be, like I said, a boss or think about it, how would you do how would you do it? How would you be? And then be that. When you do that, you're going to see your whole life transform. Now, that does take, you know, like when you have anything to do with Capricorn or the 10th house, it's about like, yeah, it's like being grown up, you know, it's time to being an authority figure, you know, it's time to grow up. And it doesn't mean like you don't have, you know, playful, childlike tendencies and all that. You can keep all of that and you can keep your emotions. That's what this is saying. It's like combining, you know, you have the Knight of Cups here and the King of Cups along with the King of Wands, okay? We're talking about having power and authority, but also feelings. Like you combine those things and you'll really be unstoppable. But if you're dealing with, like I said, I think a lot of you are dealing with these parental things. Remember that that's what it's teaching you. Like you can learn two ways. You can learn what to do by someone that is doing something well, and you're learning, oh, well, that's how you do that. You can also learn what not to do from things in your life. And that's what this simply was. You're just like, okay, I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to be, you know, like the Gandhi quote, be the change that you want to see in the world. You be the authority figure. You be the person that you want to see in the world, type of thing. And that's what this is talking about. Now, moving on to the second half of the month, I feel like this is kind of a carryover where some of you are working through this. You have the 10 of Swords, okay? There could be, regarding this, also this situation is, there could be like endings of some sort regarding authority figures, okay? So maybe things didn't end so pleasantly, and a lot of you could be going through this right now where there's like endings. And what I'm seeing is that you have, okay, so the 10 of Swords here, 5 of Pentacles moving up to the Magician. Now, the 5 of Pentacles is telling you that there are times when you might feel like you need a lot of help. But there are times, if you've ever experienced where like you did something on your own, like you solved the problem or you did something and you didn't know you could do it, and you actually surprised yourself, and you're like, wow, like that felt really good. Like you're like something happens or you need to do something, and you need a situation handled, and your first reaction was, oh man, I got to get help doing this, and you know, and then you don't have help available, but you say, okay, well, I guess I'm going to delve in and do it. And then you handle it, and then you feel great about yourself. Okay, I hope you've experienced that. I think all of us have at least once, where you just like, it could be a little thing, like you just surprised yourself. You didn't know you could do something, and then you handled it, and you felt proud. That's what this is. That's what this ending that could be happening, or you're dealing with a memory of an ending. And what it did is that, you know, if you were able to, it didn't feel comfortable, but it's almost like, you know, with the 5 of Pentacles, you were thrown out into the snow, and, you know, the boy over here is like looking into what seems like a church window that's like glowing with warmth. And then the other person, which like looks like it could be an older sister, or, you know, more likely with gray hair, like the mother, doesn't, you know, see the church. Now, this card's multi-layered, but what I'm getting for you is that this is actually like pushing on, like you were able to do it on your own. You persevered. See, that's a big thing about perseverance. With, you look at, you have tenacity within the Cancer realm, okay, and then you have perseverance on the Capricorn side. That independent, perseverance, okay, and you do that, and that's what you're learning. Like, you can do it yourself. You can, and that's part of, becoming an authority figure, is like, you have to handle it, like a boss, right? Now, the interesting thing is, where this is going is, you have the Fool on this side and you have the Magician. Now, these cards are connected. If you know anything about the Tarot, okay, the Magician and the Fool are, we all start off our journey in life, and we also start many times over in our life as the Fool, like turning over a new leaf. We're going to start over again, okay, but this is where we start out. And when we get to a certain level of expertise, or we've handled situations correctly, we become the Magician, where we become the master of all the elements in our life. That is what you are learning. You are learning to be the Magician, the person that in past lives and even in this life needed taken care of, and now going to the Magician part, where you are the one who is becoming the authority figure. Now, here's the really amazing, interesting thing. I know that when people have this South Node, as you do in Cancer or the fourth house, they crave, comfort, closeness, emotional connection and love, safety, security, and that's all really well and good. And it can seem, though, sometimes when you become the authority figure in the world and the master of your own destiny, when you become that, then it's like you have to leave that nest or that safety thing, okay, that security area. But what I'm going to show you is that with the Hangman reverse, this is about seeing things in a new perspective. When you see things in the perspective as I'm telling you now, where you are saying like, okay, yeah, I can do it on my own. I can be the authority figure that I never had. Then what will be added in your life is you can still have and will have all of, even much more security. However it is that you want your life and your personal life to go, you can have that from what you crave, okay? As long as you could see that changes have to be made, type of a thing, and becoming more independent. So I hope that makes sense. You're actually going to, because the more what we do when we resist, especially with this polarity, when we resist the changes, we actually like lose that comfort and security. And I know that a lot of you, like, I see some intense things here, and you've gone through some, with authority figures in your life, like nothing, they could be either absent or it wasn't pleasant. And I get that. But as I said, you just simply be what it is you didn't have. And when you do that and you go out into the world and you are that for other people, okay, you become strong for other people, even though you're thinking like, I can't do it. But when you do it, then you're going to be blessed with all of that, like wonderful, like, great emotional security, financial security, all of that will be kind of given to you. And you'll see like there won't be as much like struggle. So yeah, really, really amazing stuff here. Okay. You got this, and go out there, be strong for yourself, be strong for others, and, grab that success because it's right there. Because with this North Node, you are given the authority to have a lot of success in all levels in your life. Okay, success is built into this North Node. So go grab it and reach for it. So thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing. If you could hit that like button, it would really help with the algorithms. Would much appreciate it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out in the comments or just say hi. I'd love to connect with you guys in the comments. And then if you'd like a personal reading, there'll be a link in the description box below. But go out there, be strong, use your superpower. You've got a lot of emotional strength. Now go out there and make it happen out there in the world. Okay, many blessings.